Given the graph of a linear system, it's always possible to determine the number of solutions of a linear system. Use examples to explain your reasoning. So if we have a linear graph of a linear system, we can see two straight lines. And as long as the angle of those two lines are different, eventually they're going to cross. So if we take a look at this red line here, this red line, eventually, as long as I continue going, that red line is going to cross. Okay, so it's going to cross the blue line. And that means we're going to have a solution. So I'm just going to draw that a little bit better. Okay, and we'll have a solution there. So as long as we can perceive how the slopes, the difference in the slopes, we can see that it's either going to have one solution, or there's another situation where the lines are actually parallel. And if the lines are parallel, then we can see that the slopes are exactly the same. We can see that they were never going to intersect each other, meaning that there's going to be no solution. So we can see that a case of one solution, even if as long as the slopes are not the same, they'll eventually cross each other. So one solution. If they're parallel, no solution. And if they're parallel and on the same line, so maybe I'll just draw that in yellow here. So if they're parallel and they actually represent the same line, then there are infinite solutions. So we can also see that as well. So given the graph system, it is always possible to determine the number of solutions. Basically, unless the slopes are imperceptibly different, okay, and so maybe the green line and the blue line are different slopes, but they cannot see that they are different slopes. Eventually, those two lines will cross. Okay, in that case, we would not be able to determine the number of solutions accurately. But that's in a situation where the slopes, we cannot tell the difference in the slopes.